My child, you've been waiting longer than you expected. There were times you felt forgotten, overlooked, or delayed. You wondered if your prayers were heard, or if the answer was ever coming. But listen, your waiting has not been wasted. I have been preparing something far greater than what you asked for. The silence was not absence. The delay was not denial. I have been positioning things in ways you cannot yet see, and soon you will understand why waiting was necessary. My child, there have been moments when waiting felt like the hardest part of your journey. Not the storms, not the battles, not the pain, but the waiting. Because waiting asks you to trust without seeing, to believe without evidence, and to hold on to hope when nothing around you seems to be shifting. You prayed, you believed, you hoped, you waited, and yet time passed and nothing seemed to change. There were days when you felt encouraged, thinking, maybe today is the day. And there were days when discouragement tried to whisper, maybe it's never going to happen. Waiting has a way of revealing what is inside the heart. It exposes fears. It reveals doubt. It tests trust. It stretches faith. But hear me, waiting is not the absence of my movement. Waiting is where I prepare you for what I've already prepared for you. Just because you haven't seen progress doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Some of my greatest works are done silently, in places you cannot see yet. The roots grow before the fruit appears. The foundation forms before the structure rises. The preparation happens before the breakthrough becomes visible. While you were waiting, I was working. While you were hoping, I was aligning. While you were praying, I was opening doors in the unseen. You thought nothing was changing, but everything was shifting. There were things I needed to remove before the blessing arrived. There were people who could not continue into the new season. There were habits that needed breaking. There were wounds that needed healing. There were fears that needed confronting. There were parts of you that were not ready, not because you were failing, but because I was shaping you into someone who could carry the blessing fully, not temporarily. You are not waiting because I forgot you. You are waiting because the timing must match the calling. The preparation must match the promise. The maturity must match the blessing. If I gave you everything too soon, it would overwhelm you. If I released the promise before the foundation was formed, it would collapse under pressure. If I opened every door before you were ready, you would step into rooms your spirit wasn't prepared to handle. But now, something is different in you. You've grown. You've shifted. You've matured. You've learned to depend on me differently. You no longer pray from panic. You pray with trust. You no longer chase answers. You rest in my timing. You no longer fear silence. You recognize it as sacred preparation. Your waiting has been shaping you. And child, I want you to hear me clearly. No time has been wasted. Not one tear. Not one sacrifice. Not one prayer. Not one season. Everything has purpose. Everything has meaning. Everything is connected to what's coming next. You are not behind. You are not late. You have not missed anything. You are exactly where you need to be, on the edge of breakthrough. There will come a moment, and it will happen sooner than you expect, where everything that was delayed will begin to accelerate. What felt slow will suddenly move quickly. What felt heavy will suddenly feel possible. What felt distant will suddenly feel close. And in that moment, you will realize the waiting wasn't a punishment. It was preparation. The delay wasn't rejection. It was protection. The silence wasn't absence. It was alignment. You will see why the answer couldn't come earlier. You will understand why certain things didn't work out. You will recognize why I said, "Not yet," instead of "no." Your waiting has built strength. Your waiting has refined faith. Your waiting has developed patience. Your waiting has deepened trust. And now, The part of you that feels tired is the part I'm getting ready to refresh. You are not stuck. You are being positioned, and soon, what you've been praying for will step into your life, not as something you chased, but as something that was destined. My child, now that your heart is beginning to understand that waiting is not punishment, I want you to know something deeper. My timing is never late. It may not match your expectations, but it aligns perfectly with what I am building in your life. There were days you asked, why hasn't it happened yet? Why do others receive blessing while I'm still waiting? Why does it feel like everyone is moving forward except me? But what you couldn't see was that while others moved, I was anchoring you. While others advanced quickly, I was strengthening your foundation. While others received earlier, I was preparing you for something bigger, something that needed more depth, more maturity, more spiritual preparation. Some blessings are immediate. Others are layered, strategic, and deeply designed. There are blessings you prayed for that required doors to open in the right sequence, the right people in the right places, timing to align with purpose, your character to expand, your faith to deepen, your heart to heal. Nothing I do is random. Nothing I allow is accidental. Nothing I prepare is rushed. You thought the delay meant you were forgotten, but the delay meant you were being refined. You thought the silence meant I wasn't listening, but silence is where I do my most delicate work. I do not hurry the process because I care too much about who you are becoming. You see the next step. I see the full journey. You see the blessing. I see the capacity needed to sustain it. You see what you're waiting for. I see who you must be when it arrives. You asked for things that require strength, so I strengthened you. You asked for things that require discernment, so I trained you to hear my voice. You asked for things that require wisdom, so I took you through experiences that taught you. Nothing you have walked through was wasted, because everything was connected to your breakthrough. There were relationships that ended not because you failed, but because they were not aligned with where I am taking you. There were opportunities that closed because they would have limited what I planned before you were born. There were moments you wanted to rush, but if you would have moved too soon, you would have stepped into something unprepared. My timing protects you, even when it disappoints you. And now, listen closely. Your waiting is reaching its turning point, not because everything is suddenly perfect, but because you are ready in ways you weren't before. The version of you standing today is not the same version who first prayed for the blessing. Now you carry deeper compassion, quieter confidence, clearer vision, stronger faith, steadier character. Before, you were asking from desire. Now you're asking from alignment. Before, you wanted fulfillment. Now you want purpose. Before, you sought answers. Now you seek me. And when your heart comes into alignment with my heart, breakthrough becomes inevitable. You will begin to notice subtle shifts first. Peace where there once was pressure. Clarity where there once was confusion. Open doors where there were only walls. Favor where there once was resistance. This is how breakthrough begins. Quietly, gently, steadily, not forced, not rushed, not chaotic, but guided, beautifully, and purposefully. What is coming will not feel like struggle. It will feel like grace. Opportunities will come without striving. Connections will form without chasing. Doors will open without forcing. Breakthrough will come without fear. And when it comes, you will know this was God. This was His timing. This was worth the wait. So breathe. Rest your heart. Stop asking if you're behind. You're perfectly aligned. The waiting is almost over, and what's ahead will be greater than what you asked for. My child, now that you have walked through waiting, now that your spirit has been refined and your faith has matured, listen closely. You are stepping into a season where what you prayed for will begin to unfold before your eyes. Not slowly, not painfully, not through striving, but through alignment, through my timing, my provision, and my hand moving in ways you did not expect. There is a shift happening in the unseen right now. The very things that felt distant will begin drawing near. The breakthroughs you thought were delayed will begin accelerating. The prayers you whispered in tears will begin returning as testimonies. For every moment you wondered if I was silent, you will now see the response. For every seed you sowed in faith, you will now see fruit. For every lonely night, you will now see purpose. For every closed door, you will now see a better one open. Nothing you walked through was for nothing, and nothing you are stepping into will be wasted. You are entering a season where things will finally make sense, where pain becomes purpose, where delays reveal divine timing, where confusion turns into clarity, where broken pieces form a bigger plan. You will recognize my fingerprints all over your story. There will be moments when tears come, not from hurt, but from realization. God remembered me. God didn't abandon me. God was preparing me all along. You will feel the shift in your spirit even before you see the change in your circumstances. Your heart will carry peace where anxiety once lived. Your mind will carry confidence where doubt once whispered. Your steps will carry direction where hesitation once held you still. This next season won't require you to chase or force. It will require you to receive. Because breakthrough is not earned, breakthrough is aligned. Now hear these words. Let them settle deep in your spirit. Doors are opening that no one can shut. Opportunities are being released that fear cannot block. Healing is taking place in areas you thought would always remain painful. Provision is coming from places you never expected. Connections are forming that are divinely assigned, not accidental. You are stepping into answered prayers, into prepared blessings, into a future shaped by my hand. What once felt impossible will become normal. What once felt distant will feel close. What once felt unreachable will fall right into your path. The season of waiting is shifting, and now comes the season of unfolding. So walk forward with confidence. Walk forward with peace. Walk forward with expectation, not fear, because what is coming is greater than what you lost, greater than what you imagined, greater than what you thought was possible. My child, breakthrough is coming, not someday, not eventually, but soon. And when it arrives, you will say, greater than. The waiting was worth it. The process was worth it. The silence was worth it. The surrender was worth it, for I am turning your waiting into fulfillment, your tears into testimony, your prayers into reality. Get ready, not with anxiety, but with expectation. You're stepping into the season I prepared while you waited. If this message spoke to your spirit, write, Lord, I'm ready in the comments. Like this video if you felt peace while listening. Subscribe to God's Amen message so you don't miss what God speaks next. Share this with someone who is still waiting. Remind them breakthrough is coming.